Thank you for holding this workshop. Thank you, Mr. Roos, for your tireless efforts to explain the plan to Newport.
Sir, can you identify yourself?
Yes, I'm sorry. My name is Kyle Hentz, longtime resident of Newport, but currently residing in Middletown, 32 King Road. I did submit a letter to the editor of various local publications, including Newport This Week, and the Newport Daily News. It was published this last weekend in the Newport Daily News. I also sent members to each member of the council, and I believe it may be published in Newport This Week tomorrow. So it is part of the public record. I did send it to the mayor's office. I guess I want to sort of take off on this question of change, because we're all well aware that there's change happening. It's a constant. But there's been some pretty severe economic changes across the globe and across the country and here in Newport. And one of the results of this change is increasing hunger, homelessness, and unemployment. And I guess I wrote the letter because I felt that, I guess first I want to applaud the level of engagement, the number of people that are here that are concerned and giving voice to, to what issues they have with this plan and what it means for Newport. So that's a positive thing. And in that spirit, I wanted to introduce my concern about these issues that I think are a greater priority. We have a nice park as it is. Now, I want to respect the fact that these individuals have come forward, are generous, they give to other causes in the town, in our city. But in this case, I think it's timely, given how many people are suffering. I held a food and farming forum in October, and Marilyn Warren from the Martin Luther King Center came to the forum. And she got up and explained, as she has to Newport This Week in an article earlier this year, that she's seeing every month 20 to 25% increase in the number of hungry people coming to her food pantry. 20 to 25% every month, people that are hungry. At the same time, Ken Ayers, who came said that we have 2 days' supply of food on our shelves in Rhode Island. We grow or harvest only 1% of the food we eat in Rhode Island. And at the same time, economically speaking, agriculture, local food, local agriculture is probably the single brightest point of economic health in this state. So I say that this is an opportunity to come together and focus on what I think are more important priorities as a community: homelessness, hunger, and food security. I also like to make a point about process. We're in somewhat of an uncomfortable position, or perhaps you are as counselors. Someone has come forward, a group of people have come forward with money for a proposed improvement or renovation, destruction, and recreation of a public park. Private money for a public park. Seems to me this should come to a vote, that there are other worthy artists that might have a plan, local artists, local architects, that should have a voice or an opportunity to present alternative plans. However, you're in a difficult position because generous people who are pillars of our community say, we have money for you, and here's our plan, and we're wedded to this artist. And I would like to ask the councilors and members of my community why this shouldn't be put to a vote and opened up for longer dialogue so that there are some alternatives for this community to consider, and indeed for the councilors to consider, because you're in a difficult position. People have come forward with all this money, and it's like, gee, if we put it to a vote, then that's going to jeopardize the whole plan and this generous offer. So there's a problem with process here. And I would hope that this is an opportunity to look at what guidelines are for considering these sorts of things, what precedents are we setting that are dangerous, and please keep in mind the larger concerns of people who are in great need right now. And I have to call into question that it's going to be a boon for this economy when really there more practical things that we can do with our money and our time and our energy. Thank you.